Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Middle-earth: Shadow of War. And we are not at Cirith Ungol, guys. We are back at Minas Ithil. I went ahead and checked because we have the Shadow Strike ability that lets us do this new quest for the Wraith. But check this out, guys. There are artifacts all over the city. So I'm not sure if that's something that we have to do a little bit later, but from how I understand, Minas Ithil is going to have some big changes here in the future of the game, and if you know anything about the Tolkien lore, you know that is definitely the case. So I figured that we'd go ahead and do a final tour through here, grab all the artifacts, and also go ahead and do the Wraith challenge as well. It's with Shadow Strike, which if you guys remember from the Shadow of Mordor playthrough, was one of my favorite abilities. So let's go ahead and get to it. I've got the first artifact here, and ooh, we got some trolls.
Look what you did to me. There'll be no mercy this time.
Oh. So, we just had someone cheat death. Huzzah. Are you about to climb up here, my friend? This has escalated quickly. Loose! Wrong guy.
Like a stone. I've got to warn the others.
Grab this. Oh, Lord.
Up on the wall.
Up, 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 up. Oh. Just got shot. That's not nice. Let's just go ahead and keep our eyes on the prize. Our artifact is up here. We'll consider this hiding. Now let's get a tutorial.
Each city in Gondor administers its own justice in all but the most important cases. And in my lifetime, we've always handled legal matters in Minas Ithil. When I was a girl, I recall my father being much occupied with mercantile disputes and other legal affairs. Then the orcs came, and matters of justice yielded to matters of survival.
Looks like one of Yuna's staffs from Final Fantasy X.
The gavel. Always seemed an odd symbol for justice.
What is justice, if not a hammer to beat down the proud nail?
Okay, are we hanging out, or do we have friends coming up? What's going on here? We'll go ahead and brutalize here if we so wish.
I know you think you can hide, but you're not a chance, Glob.
Probably not a fan of what just happened to him.
Ready to face us all,
His
Glob.
immunities are disabled and he can't attack. Okay, let's do it again. Wrong guy. And oh, this is dangerous. So dangerous.
This is just one battle. You will lose the war.
Will we? Or am I going to move over here and set you on fire? Huzzah! Got some armor. My business is done. I'll leave you guys to it. Now let's check and see where the rest of the artifacts are. Looks like we have one over here on the edge near the bridge. And then we'll head into town proper. That was a fun battle. Hopefully he didn't escape death this time. I'm expecting more random ambushes as time goes on. Hello, friends. Don't mind me.
I'm on him.
Combo. Oh, okay. Did not get that one done.
Gondor has faced the Witch King before, and he's had a vendetta against Minas Ithil ever since. This coin depicts the victor, Eomer, last king of Gondor. Generations ago, Eomer led an army that routed the Witch King and sent his army fleeing to Angmar. But our victory turned hollow when our king grew prideful. The Witch King challenged Eomer to single combat, and Eomer rode eastward from Minas Ithil, never to be seen again. It takes a nation to defeat such evil, not just one man.
Probably not the smartest thing to do.
Eomer, he who fought the Witch King.
Twice, because he did not finish the task the first time.
Okay. So that's it for the outskirts. Let's go ahead and head back in. And we got one right outside the gates here. And I actually don't remember getting a whole lot of artifacts the first time we were here. So we would have to come back and see these done, but I was really wanting to do that Shadow Strike. What?
Fish leather. Ooh, shiny. I can smell the sun.
Really now? Well, we'll let you smell the sun there.
The orcs are obsessed with rings, more so than coins or jewelry of equal value. They snatch them from prisoners immediately, and what happens to these rings is anyone's guess. We rarely find orcs actually wearing them.
Not the ring we're searching for.
A fine ring, but I gather it's an ordinary one.
Ha! Scarcely
He's
worth
there.
the same name as the ring we created.
Aha! Well, we must go ahead and take out the crazy one while we're here. Oh, he's one of those guys. He's the ground and pound. Let's run, because he can do a whole lot of damage really quick. We'll deal with him. More shoots to the head. More detonate. Sorry, guys. It's for a good cause. Gotta kill crazy with crazy. Ooh. And you guys got through it all right. Let's unlock some skills. Now, off camera, I went ahead and got... What did I get? The Poison Tendril. Aim at a grog barrel and press triangle to poison it from afar. And let's go ahead and get Ice Storm. Freeze enemies by pressing circle, then follow with a flurry of sword strikes by repeatedly tapping square. That seems pretty awesome. And we also have an epic hammer. Level 1. I went ahead and broke down most of my gear. Ooh. Charge throws damage enemies near impact. Elf shot. 2 elf shot replenish when the captain becomes dazed. That's very strange. I've never seen the hammer before. Well, let's go ahead and give it a shot. And we have level... Ooh. Level 10 armor. That we'll rock out right now. And I know we have some bonuses, but we need to unlock those. And we will travel to our next artifact. And it looks to be at a very similar height to where we are now, so let's just stay up here. Lest we get into another scrap with a captain. And as much as I would like to rid the city of all the Uruk leadership, we know what's going to happen here. So, might as well... Oh, it's down there. Man, they really improved the stealth in this game.
The red arrow is one of Gondor's most treasured symbols, though few know just what it symbolizes. When our need is dire, we can present the arrow to the men of Rohan, and they are bound by ancient pact to ride to our aid. We should have used it in the early days of the siege, but the orcs encircled us so quickly, and Rohan is too far away.
Alright. Smog disapproved.
I wonder whether Rohan would honor this arrow if they saw it.
Difficult to say. Men have short memories, and shorter still in a crisis.
Next up, we could go ahead and fast travel over here. We'll grab this one, and then we'll swing over for the Wraith mission. It's like we freed all the bases here for the most part. At least they're captainless, which means they're not nearly as big of a threat. And the only thing that we have in Cirith Ungol is the actual fortress itself. So, if I was... Oh, it's right there staring at me. Never mind. Guy didn't have a chance. Oh. I can do this too, that's fine. Oh, wow. So, that's the hammer.
Father always said, a proper war banner has two roles, to direct and to inspire. In the chaos of battle, he'd say, you won't march wrong if you keep your flag in sight. Now the orcs have cast down our banners, but Gondor's flag still inspires, even if I see it only in my mind's eye. So long as one Gondorian lives, the white tree still stands tall.
We've turned into Thor.
The flag of our people. Long may it fly.
Concern yourself more with the towers it's flying from.
Now, I'd have to say I do like the lore from all of this stuff, but I really wish it was kind of like in the first game, where you could... let's do the Wraith thing last. Where you heard kind of the stories that was going on around them. You got the psychic imprint. I found that very interesting. And I've heard tale that this game explains a little bit more about the Blue Wizards. And that was something that we talked about during the Shadow of Mordor playthrough, is that's a very fascinating part of the Tolkien lore, is what happened to those guys. Get away. Oh. Ice Storm. Oh, that's good. That's real good, actually. And we are in a bad part of town here, guys, so we need to... Sparta? Yes, thank you. You too. My tower.
Gondorian folktales abound with drakes, lesser versions of the great dragons who supposedly slumber under the earth. Yet here in Mordor, I've seen them with my own eyes, though from a safe distance, and they are nothing like the storybooks say. They are lethal hunters of the air, rapacious and cruel, apt to torment their prey before eating it. This scale, taken from a drake carcass we found in a Graug cave, gives some sense of their size, and how strong they must be to carry such weight aloft.
Scale of a drake or a full-fledged dragon?
Certainly a drake. Dragons take better care of their scales.
Indeed. That'd actually be a cool prop to have for like a D&D campaign, as a shield actually just made out of a large dragon scale. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more scales, artifacts to find, and then we'll do some shadow striking. And looks like it is up there. So we'll take the high road. Places where orcs can't hang out. Or they can eventually, it's just they're not that good at it. Up, up, up. I'm waiting for an ambush here at any moment. This is actually near where we did that quest that we were having so much trouble at, where we had to do the brutalize attack. Thank you for your monies. It's nice to be doing this in real time. Or in the current era, rather. Most of the stuff we're doing in real time.
We Gondorians called Minas Ithil home, but we cannot claim to have built it. That honor belongs to exiles from the fabled realm of Numenor beyond the sundering seas. Wondrous architects, they fashioned this city of marble to reflect the moonlight and glow with an inner warmth. But the city's beauty and light drew the ire of the Witch King, who has long sought revenge on Gondor.
The Numenorians' knack for towers rivals the elves.
Who do you think taught them? They were but precocious students.
I thought Wraith was going to say, "You shut your mouth." Because elves do that, have that sense of superiority. Justified a good portion of the time, but still. So let's get these final artifacts dealt with. I do have to say this. The folks who have been working on this game, they obviously take a lot of the visual cues from the films, from the Peter Jackson series, but I actually think they do it a little bit better. I love the fact that Sauron's represented in the middle of the eyeball, at least his armored form. I think Sauron's armor form too in this game is very similar to the movie, but looks a little bit more sinister. At least in the helmet design, he looks like a Dark Lord should. I always had a problem with the eye slits in the movie helmet. Just the plain circles didn't work for me.
In the Great Hall of Minas Ithil, we didn't just safeguard the treasures of our past. We kept our present there as well. An archive of all our official correspondence with the capital. I used to file away missives from Minas Tirith after my father had read them. This was a weekly task at first, but as our surroundings grew more dangerous, scrolls like this one became more rare. I wonder whether there were promises of aid that the orcs intercepted. Plans for relief that we never saw.
Wish we had subtitles for those.
The workings of government reduced to parchment.
Minas Ithil didn't need parchment. It needed reinforcements.
We'd open that up and it would say something like, "Be sure to drink your Ovaltine." 3 or 4 more. Yeah, 3 more. We just got the 4th. So let's just run up here. Just rock the battlement. Oh no, actually this is where we did the brutalization. Well, we could have done some quick travel. Oh well. Keep on going. It's like one of the highest points in the entire city. Alley-oop. We're in the middle of an outpost, deep in enemy territory. Excuse me, guys.
Just moved.
That's where we knocked the guy off the balcony.
When Eonar didn't return from his confrontation with the Witch King, word of his fall spread like wildfire across Gondor. The Witch King's forces were regrouping, rapidly seizing lands once under Eonar's rule. Some regions fell so quickly that letters sent by the first ruling steward of Gondor, Mardil, never reached their destinations. For generations we stored the unread letters here, destined to remain forever sealed. We know those lost Gondorians will never claim their letters, but we keep them to honor their memory. I wonder what will become of the last few letters I sent on my father's behalf.
Collecting the whole set.
You are not tempted to read the letters?
No need. I know the heart of my people, so I know what they say.
Just one long word. Help! 2 more, and then we'll sweep down this way. A nice little curve. And it looks like you were there in that little tower area. Kind of makes me wonder what this game's interpretation of Minas Tirith would look like. If you look at the world map, it's... Okay, so that just completed. But, I mean, if they put this much care and detail into Minas Ithil, I think Tirith would definitely be a sight to see. Off we go.
This pipe is purported to be the creation of hobbits, a sort of halfling that lives beyond our reckoning in the north. I wonder at the strange notion of full-grown adults who scarcely reach my waist in height. But after what I've seen in Mordor, a hobbit would be a welcome sort of strange. Though I don't think a hobbit would last long in Mordor.
Now all I need is some pipeweed.
Which you won't find for leagues in any direction.
To the Shire! That would definitely help that bullet time. Or hinder us, one of the two. Now, the last artifact is right up here. Hello, orky friend. Hold circle to drain Uruks for health, which doesn't help when they're dead.
These battles are over in minutes. Hours trying to get the blood out of me.
Pardon.
Die, man!
Off you go.
Die! I am...
I love the days. Oh, there's the freeze. Too bad they don't just shatter into pieces. How cool would that be? I have to say I'm a fan, though.
I can smell you, you rotting dog! You can't hide from me!
Now, oh, that was just money. Easy. No, I want to go up, Talion.
I can
Up, I say.
you, you rotting dog! You can't hide from me!
There we go. Pay me no mind. There we go.
I wonder if the elves have mundane objects as we do, for even their common containers and vessels seem uncommonly fine. This artifact was once part of a table setting given as a gift centuries ago. The other parts were broken when one of Mordor's many ground tremors knocked them off a shelf. How I wish my predecessors had saved the broken shards. That's a puzzle I'd like to reassemble. Elven things deserve to last.
A lot of this stuff is things I would get 3D printed.
What sort of feasts do the elves have?
Stately affairs, not as raucous as orcs or men.
Sounds fun. Okay. Now it's time for some Wraith Strike.
How to conquer Mordor.
As long as it keeps Gondor safe.
And we got a gem. We got a gem up here? No? Alright, well I'm not going to worry about it. And looks like we're still getting trebuchet fire from Sauron's army. The place is still under siege, of course. And survey says Celebrimbor was quick to use elven magic in his prior assault on Mordor. Use Shadow Strike to kill archers and relieve his inventive tactics. This is probably going to deal with a chain, I would imagine.
My dad, the virtue of invention. In life, I had no equal among elven jewelsmiths and artists. If I could conceive it, I could bring it into being.
Oh, Shadow Strike kill each target while in Bird of Prey. Oh. That's interesting. Well, we'll at least deal with this part. It's where we get our Nightcrawler on. Next target, right up here. This actually gives us time to see where everyone is. Next target, all the way down there. Halfway done. That one's hidden by a wall. You are not. Next. Fortunately, it looks like there is a definite pathway that we can take. Oh, I see you. But we gotta do some quick calculations there for sure, though. Oh, come on. We got 30 seconds. Come on, my Wraithy friend. Can I not? Oh, are we out of elf shot? No! Curses. We were doing so well. I mean, there's elf shot everywhere, but we're not going to do it before time runs out. So this is going to fail. I mean, we'll get the first objective, of course, but not any of the others. Where is all this elf shot? There we go. And that is going to be tough having to do it out of Bird of Prey as well. Now, fortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be in random locations. This is probably where they're always going to be. And uno más on the other side of this wall. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this a few times off camera and map where exactly the best places are going to have to be for shadow striking, because we're going to have to do this in one continuous chain, as well as be in a good location to pick up some more elf shot as it becomes available. And last launch. With a decap to call it a day. So that gives us 500. And we'll retry that at another time for sure.
Forging rings of power seems reckless to those whose petty fears overcome their vision. A true creator accepts no limitations on invention.
That sounds slightly menacing and malevolent. But that's Celebrimbor for you. Well, we will go ahead and end the episode here, guys. I'm probably going to head into the Barrows and try and 3-star that quest. But it looks like all of our discoveries here in Minas Ithil are finally done, and then we can head back to Cirith Ungol and actually go into the fortress. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.